What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know about Bandit Camp. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, whenever this video goes live, I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/Quinn_58. Okay, before we actually go head into Bandit Camp, I'm just going to kind of give you guys a quick description of what a safe zone is. So as you can see at the bottom right of my screen, it says safe zone. So pretty much what this is if you come into here after shooting somebody right outside, within a minute of you shooting that person right outside of Bandit Camp or Outpost or a ranch or the fishing village, those are all safe zones. All of those, if you fight someone or break something, well, not necessarily breaking something, if you hit a tree or break a barrel, it won't aggro you. That's what I call it when you guys will see there's a little like red timer that will pop up at the top right of your screen that'll tell you how long you have until you can come back into the monument. But if you hurt someone within a minute of coming into the monument will turn hostile and the monument will shoot you. So in this case for Bandit Camp, it has these guards right here that I'm looking at, which will actually shoot you. So you don't want to do that, but if you come into the monument after being hostile, it will then give you a half-an-hour timer and it will probably kill you. I mean, you might get lucky and be able to run away, but most of the time it's going to kill you, and you won't be able to come back in for half an hour to loot your own body. So you definitely don't want to do that. But now with the way that we've got that out of the way, I'm going to kind of give you guys a tour of Bandit Camp. So first we're going to start by looking at the map. As you can see, all of these stores inside Bandit Camp show up on the map. They're vending machines. So as you can see, we got this one right on us that you can sell various things for scrap. So we can sell corn, cloth, trout, and fertilizer. This was once one of the most like overpowered ways in the game to get scrap, as you can make a farm that grows cloth through hemp plants, and you could then trade that cloth in for scrap. But they kind of slowed that down now, so you kind of have to wait in between trading and cloth, so it takes forever and it's not really worth it anymore. So I wouldn't recommend making that unless you guys need cloth. Hemp farms are still very viable in terms of berries. You can make berries which make teas. I'll probably go in depth on teas in another video. Just know they're pretty useful. But in our next shop we have the gun shop. They sell various guns including the LR and the M9, which are both pretty good guns. The M9's not great, but the LR is great. Really good gun. Yeah, but it sells the LR, the M92 pistol, the Spas 12 shotgun, the F1 grenades, which I'll actually get into in a second on why those are so good, night vision goggles, and M39, which is also a really good gun, and a 16x zoom scope. But so for the F1 grenades, all you gotta do is you gotta go to launch. You buy, I think it's 40 of them exactly, but I'd recommend you guys buy 50, and you just chuck them at the Bradley tank that's in launch, and after you hit it 40 times, it will blow up. This is a super cheap method of taking it before you have the high velocity rockets to shoot it with. But yeah, if you hit it 40 times, it drops really good loot. So I definitely recommend you guys do that. I'll definitely go over that in depth in my launch site tutorial, which I'll be releasing with all my other tier 3 monument tutorials, which are coming soon. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna go to our scrap for sale. So this shop, it's just another kind of scrap trade-in shop. Only thing I'd recommend trading in here is if you guys have a bunch of extra cards, definitely just come trade those in. If you guys have a bunch of extra like green cards and stuff that you don't need from raiding and stuff, just trade those in here. But yeah, overall that shop's not super useful. This one right here, pretty useful. Wind turbine is a really good BP for electricity. So same thing with medium rechargeable battery. Overall, this shop's not great either. But the next shop, this one you can buy your food at. You can actually get 6 pickles for 1 scrap, which is a good deal, although pickles kind of suck. They're good for making compost, though. You can put them in a composter and get compost if you need that for your hemp farm. But yeah, next we're going to go into Bandit. We're going to go into our main building, and I'll briefly describe gambling for you guys in Rust. And after that, I'll go tell you guys how to buy a helicopter. So we're just going to go run into Bandit, into the main Bandit Camp building right here, which is this. There's various ways to get up to the top. We're just going to come through here and go up these stairs, and pretty much let me spawn in 1,000 scrap for myself. Resources, 1,000 scrap right there. Okay, so you just hit E to sit down in the chair, and as you guys can see, there's like a 10-second timer right there. Let's just say I put 500 scrap on 1. I will show you guys what happens. As you guys can see, the wheel spins, and whatever it lands on, so let's say it lands on 1, I get 2 times the scrap that I put in. So as you guys can see, 1, I now have 1,000 scrap instead of 500. So 1 is 2 times, 3 is 3 times, 5 is 5 times. It's pretty self-explanatory. I definitely would recommend going with 1. I'm not the best gambler. Some of my teammates are pretty good at gambling, but definitely not the best gambler. But it's definitely worth it if you have a bunch of extra scrap. One of my teammates actually won 34,000 scrap one time. He got super lucky. But yeah, it's definitely pretty useful to come in here and gamble your scrap if you have extra scrap. It's definitely something to do also if you're bored. In here is the recycler. If you guys are recycling, you don't want somebody to push you out of the recycler in here, I definitely recommend you crouch jump up here and sit in the corner. This way you can't get pushed out of the recycler and people can't steal your stuff. And now I'm going to go take you guys over to buy a helicopter. So we're just going to head north from the main bandit camp building, and as you guys can see, like northwest over there, we kind of have this like little compound thing right here with a gate. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to head in through the gate, right through here, and you're gonna want to go talk to the Airwolf vendor. All you gotta do is come up here, hit E on this, kind of click through this, buy a helicopter. You can buy a minicopter or a scrap transport helicopter. A minicopter is 750, and I believe the scrap helicopter is, or transport helicopter, whatever you want to call it. I call it a scrap heli, but yeah, that's 1250 scrap. This is 750. So I'm just gonna go ahead. You just click pay 750 scrap, and it shows up in the middle. Nobody else can get into it except for you. I think for a few minutes, and then somebody can get in. I forget how long the timer is exactly, but yeah, you can then take the heli and fly out of Bandit Camp. That's pretty much all I have to say about Bandit Camp. It's a really good safe zone. Definitely the best other than Outpost. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.